Hello and welcome to this special edition of What the Hell Just Happened, the vlog that knows where it stands when the shit hits the fan. I'm your host, Martin Ganopolar. So what the hell just happened this week? On Thursday, Congress called acting DNI Joe McGuire to testify as to why he delayed giving the whistleblower complaint to Congress as specified by federal law. His testimony was credible, and as a career naval officer with over 3 decades in the Navy SEALs, his credentials as a patriot are unquestionable. But even though Special Ops SEAL teams carry out the most dangerous missions like assassinating Osama bin Laden, it was obvious that Director McGuire wasn't fully prepared to take on the most dangerous mission of his career, namely that of working for the likes of our current president. During this hearing, the use of the word unprecedented was unprecedented. The Republicans in the room did their level best to deflect guilt away from their boss. They seemed kind of desperate even. At one point, Devin Nunes suggested that, and I'm not making this up, the Dems only wanted to find nude photos of the president. What do you expect from a guy whose head is so far up the president's ass he can smell hairspray? During McGuire's testimony, there seemed to be some confusion on the part of the legislators as to who okayed the release of the whistleblower complaint and phone conversation memo. Was it Pat Cipollone of the Office of White House Legal Counsel? Was it Attorney General William Barr? Was it the president himself? Or was it Colonel Mustard in the drawing room with the candlestick? Let's track this. First, prior to making this phone call to the Ukrainian president in July, why didn't the president just ask Bill Barr to instruct the FBI to open an investigation into Hunter Biden? This would have been legal and ethical. I'll tell you why. Because there is no cause to investigate the Bidens. But that never seems to stop our stable genius from fabricating conspiracy theories based on absolutely bupkis. The Obama birther movement sound familiar? Yeah. Next, he had to find a mark to carry out this conspiracy. Someone vulnerable, someone who felt threatened and needed help. Enter newly elected President Zelensky. For months, the bumbling broker of bombast, Rudy Giuliani, had been arranging meetings in Spain, Eastern Europe, to set this dupe up for his boss. The president had already put the squeeze on Zelensky by withholding almost $500 million in military aid that had been authorized by Congress to defend against Putin's invading armies. So when he made that fateful call, all the pins were set up for a perfect strike. He was so cocky about his strategy and power that he surrounded himself with all the usual support staff who listened in on the phone conversation, taking copious notes like college students before finals. But some of those folks found the conversation very disturbing. The senior guys in the White House felt that the content was so damaging, they decided to store the transcript in an ultra-secret server in the White House. And here's where it all went to hell for the president. Because when the staffers saw this, they knew that what just went down was a crime. So they felt compelled to call a buddy in the CIA, and he became the whistleblower. And now there's an official impeachment inquiry going on in the House of Representatives. Actually, they only need 218 representatives to vote for the drafting of the articles of impeachment. And as of Friday, they had 224. What swayed the more reluctant reps was not the content of the phone call, but the cover-up that followed. Ah, sweet memories of tricky Dick Nixon. I'm sorry, what? What'd you ask me? Oh, what about Mike Pompeo? You want to know if the State Department bears some responsibility? Well, yes, actually. In fact, the House Committee on Foreign Affairs has just subpoenaed Mike the Pimp Pompeo for documents related to this shit show as part of its impeachment inquiry. The subpoena, which demands Pompeo provide documents by October 4th, is also planning to depose 5 State Department officials, including Special Envoy Kurt Volker, who reportedly arranged for Rudy Giuliani, not a federal employee, to meet with high-level Ukrainian officials. After he received his subpoena, Volker quit his job. So he's no longer bound by executive privilege. I can't wait to hear the song this bird sings. Also subpoenaed is Marie Yovanovitch, who was removed as U.S. ambassador to Ukraine by the president because she knew too much. And now it looks like we'll get to know what she knows. In his latest tweets, the president has lashed out against Congressman Adam Schiff, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. The great pumpkin of the West Wing has demanded that Schiff resign. I'm pretty sure Schiff will make the same demand of the president pretty soon. On Friday morning, in a private meeting of the personnel for the United States mission to the UN, the president suggested that the folks who gave the whistleblower inside scoop on him should be executed as spies. Which is weird, because he sure didn't mind when Stormy Daniels blew his whistle. By the way, there is a second whistleblower that isn't getting much press. This person has possible evidence that the Orange Eminence tried to corrupt an internal revenue service audit of his personal tax returns. But unlike the first one, this whistleblower went straight to the Ways and Means Committee, which has a pending lawsuit against the administration for refusing to provide said tax returns. So that gets us up to speed right now. I'm guessing things are getting a bit tense in the West Wing these days. Well, I gotta go. I need to reread Article 2 in the Constitution just in case, and I recommend you do that as well. Hey, thanks for watching this special edition of What the Hell Just Happened. We'll reconvene here next week for more tales of moral turpitude and malfeasance. Bye for now.